Hey there people, it's your favorite WeedleTwineedle bringing you all another Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl Wi-Fi battle video. So I decided that considering Scarlet and Violet is right around the corner, I figured that I should play this game a little bit more because no one's gonna touch BDSP when Scarlet and Violet comes out, let's be real. So I figure let's have some fun with it before it goes away forever basically, because I don't think anyone's gonna go back and play this game. Maybe, but I'm doubtful. So today, as you saw, I was being followed by a Darkrai because I am gonna disguise myself as an uber noob today, okay? I decided to be the Healing Wishes Powers person, but on steroids. So if you guys enjoy the narrated battling content, make sure to leave a like on the video, watch until the end of the video, maybe share the video with a friend who might enjoy it as well, help the channel grow because I will be posting many more battles come Scarlet and Violet. Also, very big shout outs to those who left the super thanks on my recent video. It's of course completely optional, but the extra support is much appreciated. So as you can see, we are waiting here for a very long time. I actually wait here for about 5 minutes, but eventually someone does actually show up. Yeah, I really just sit here for like 5 minutes, I think. And then eventually someone shows up. See, look at that, see? Someone showed up. And now it's time to battle. My victim is here. I'm hoping my opponent doesn't recognize Weedle as me because I want to disguise myself as an uber noob, right? So Izzy right here is selecting the rules. I actually should have went on the left because I think the left person gets to decide the rules, but it actually doesn't matter. Izzy decides to allow mythical Pokemon. As you can see, special Pokemon are allowed. So I'm like, oh yes, I can actually use my team. So I go over to Team 4. As you can see, we have a lot of legendaries, and I also have some other teams I didn't actually make a video about, which maybe y'all will see in the future. So as you can see by my team, we have Manaphy, Darkrai, Shaman Skyform, Arceus, Deoxys Defense Form, and then Hypno, the ultimate uber of them all. So as you can see, we have a bunch of mythicals. I figured I would use Deoxys Defense because I couldn't use it Sword and Shield, so I figure if I'm going to use Deoxys in like a VGC format or setting, I should use it in BDSP. So that is our team. I think we disguised ourselves pretty well as an uber noob, to be honest. Like 5 legendaries and a Hypno. Hypno definitely is that outlier there, maybe like a Charizard. And my opponent's team actually looks kind of serious. They have Azumarill, Breloom, Heatran for Fire, Water, Grass, and they have Smeargle, Weavile, and Latias. So overall, you know, pretty threatening team, but I definitely have a super strong team by myself because I'm pretending to be an uber noob after all. So without further ado, let's get into this battle. Okay, so Izzy's gonna decide to lead off with the Smeargle and the Azumarill. Both legit shinies, of course. My opponent is an amazing shiny hunter. A-Drive could never. I'm gonna lead off with my Arceus and my Darkrai because I am an uber noob today. So my opponent's gonna go for Fake Out into the God because God is pretty scary. And I'm able to go for a substitute for free with my Darkrai because I figure that if Azumarill goes for Valley Drum, which I figured it was gonna go for with the Smeargle next to it, which it does go for Valley Drum, I have to go for a free substitute then have some sort of protection versus the Azumarill and from Spore on the Smeargle. So very good sub for me turn 1, and now they're going to get a Moody Boost with the Smeargle. Don't get speed increase, which sucks for the opponent, but you know, I'm not complaining, and the Azumarill has the wrong HP stat as well. And I'm not complaining about that, that's on them, not me. Now they're gonna go for Follow Me here with the Smeargle because they're afraid of some, you know, electric attack or coverage moves, which is fair. They go for Aqua Jet into Arceus. We're able to survive because God is bulky. And God's gonna go for Gravity here because God supports their people. And now I'm gonna go for the Dark
Bedtime.
Dark Void was nerfed from 80% accuracy to 50% in Gen 7, I believe. And it's because of Smeargle. It's because of the bitch in front of us right here. So it was just like fate that we run it into Smeargle, right? Because Smeargle spammed Dark Void in VGC 2016. And because of that, Dark Void got nerfed. And, you know, I could totally see why, because area of effect, you know, sleep is pretty broken. But they also made it so Smeargle can't even use Dark Void anymore. Like, you have to be Darkrai to use Dark Void. And so basically Darkrai got like hit in the crossfire of these Dark Void nerfs. And I guess it's fine because if Darkrai is ever legal in VGC, which it kind of could be in the future because, you know, Series 13 did allow Mythicals, which did inspire this like mini-series. Darkrai could be really scary with 80% accurate Dark Voids. But we do have like means around it though with like electric terrain and misty terrain. But you know, I guess it's for the best that Darkrai's Dark Void is nerfed. You know, I'm not too upset about it, but I still want to make a strat around it. So that's why we're using Gravity Arceus with Reflect as well because God supports their people. Smeargle's gonna get knocked out by Bad Dreams as what she deserves for making Dark Void like a bad move. I mean, it's not too bad. Like, as you can see, we're making it work because of Gravity and Wide Lens. Now they're gonna bring in Breloom, and Breloom is another Pokemon that spams sleep. So to be honest with you, I felt kind of bad, but then I just realized my opponent has sleep spam themselves. They have Breloom, and they have Smeargle, which like the Carry Spore. So to be honest with you, I'm just giving them a taste of their own medicine. The last BDSP VGC player alive, I'm giving them a taste of their own medicine. And they thought I was just gonna be a basic bitch uber noob that was gonna be free. No, bitch, sit down. So we're gonna go for Focus Blast, and we're actually Arceus fighting, so we're able to, you know, do a lot of damage and then bring it down to its sash. And now I just go for Dark Void out of spite into the Breloom to put it asleep. So ideally, Bad Dreams knocks it out. I figure Focus Blast are bringing it down to a potential Focus Sash, and Focus Blast, you know, brings it down to Focus Sash, and Bad Dreams knocks it out. So Darkrai has 2 kills with Bad Dreams versus 2 Pokemon that spam sleep. So Darkrai is showing who is the real sleep spammer. Like, you know, Darkrai invented sleep spam. You know what I mean? Darkrai invented sleeping itself. So anyway, we're gonna bring in Hypno here. Now this Hypno has a story behind it, and the story is that it's basically my entire Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee journey ended once I caught this shiny Drowsy, and then I uninstalled Let's Go Pikachu for Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
See ya!
So that's funny, but this Hypno was in the PC, so I was able to transfer it through Pokemon Home, and so here we are. We have this Hypno, which is iconic, and now we're going to bring in Manaphy here because I don't want to die to an Aqua Jet from this Azumarill. I don't want to let my Darkrai go down, so we bring in our Manaphy on a crit +6 Aqua Jet. That's crazy. And then they go for Throat Chop into Hypno, but we're able to survive, and now we can go for a Hypnosis. Thanks to Gravity, we're able to guarantee hit, basically. But we also carry the Zoom Lens on Hypno, so we have Wide Lens on Darkrai and then Zoom Lens on Hypno. I figured it'd be funny because the Hypno and Darkrai meant to work together. But, you know, the Manaphy is gonna live the Throat Chop, and then we're gonna nom 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 on our Starfberry because I wanted to use a Heart Swap supportive Manaphy. Unfortunately, it doesn't get to do too much in this video, spoilers, but I do have Tail Glow, you know, Starfberry, and then we have Acid Armor, Heart Swap, because I wanted to give like a bunch of boosts to like God or like Darkrai or even Hypno, because we have Dream Eater as well. I wanted to use Nightmare, but Nightmare was Dexited, unfortunately. It's such a super useful move. Man, I'm so upset I got Dexited, but I kind of was, but Dream Eater still exists for some reason, so we're using Dream Eater. But now we're going to bring in Arceus as Death Water, because I figured that the Throat Chop or Ice Shards were coming, or Aqua Jets. I just wanted to play it safe, and I didn't want to let my Hypno go down, because it's my only shiny Pokemon on the team, and I figured my opponent's like, I gotta kill their shiny, it'll demoralize them, and, you know, I made the right prediction. I have my opponents, like, right on Tuesday. And now we're going to go for Scald, and bring Weavile down to its Focus Sash, and I'm like, okay, your Sash Weavile, but then we burn you, like, haha, get fucked. And Weavile's gonna get burned and knocked out, because that's karma for knocking out God. You know, that you're a sinner, and you got punished.
You need Jesus Christ! You support LGBTQ!
Anyway, gonna bring in Darkrai, and my opponent's gonna wake up, and they're gonna get revenge and kill this bitch, and they're gonna get revenge and kill Darkrai, and honestly, it's what she deserves. They got their revenge on Darkrai. But because of that, Manaphy is actually able to do something and go for Scald and knock out the Azumarill. So we're able to defeat our opponent game 1 with Sleep Spam. And believe it or not, my opponent decides to rematch us. Because to be honest with you, I get it. If I was a Sleep Spammer and I got like outdone, I'd want to run it back. Like my opponent is probably so salty. Like this, but if this was Showdown, they'd probably be like, you're a brain dead Sleep Spammer, and then they have like Breloom and Smeargle on their team. Okay, but we rematch, and now it's time for game 2. All right, so game 2 is honestly super hilarious and way more hectic than game 1. So they lead off with Smeargle and Azumarill yet again. I guess they just lead us off against like anybody or everybody just because Smeargle is that flexible and scary. So we're gonna lead off with Darkrai and Shaman. I figure I might as well bring Shaman Skyform because I haven't brought it yet. They're gonna go for Fake Out into the Shaman. I really thought they'd Fake Out into Darkrai this time because I went for Substitute, and Substitute was actually really annoying for the opponent, but they just go for Play Rough into Darkrai, so that makes sense why they went for Fake Out into Shaman, and then Play Rough into Darkrai. And they don't go for Palindrome this time around, and they get another attack boost with Moody this time. And they don't get speed, which is good for us because now they can't go for Spore. They go for Follow Me this time around, probably expecting a Seed Flare from Shaman. And normally I would go for Seed Flare, but I actually carry the Sweet Scent. And what Sweet Scent does is it lowers the evasion by -2, which of course does synergize very, very well with the Dark Void. So now Dark Void with Wide Lens and the -2 evasion is pretty much guaranteed to hit both the Azumarill and Smeargle. I don't think it's exactly guaranteed. Someone who's good at math, let me know in the comments what the accuracy of Dark Void is with Gravity and Sweet Sun. I want to know like both of them because I know it's not the same. If someone could let me know, that'd be awesome. I'll actually like pin your comment because you're that sexy if you let me know. Anyway, Bad Dreams. Well, Sweet Sun actually, yeah, Sweet Sun, Bad Dreams is able to torment both Azumarill and Smeargle yet again. They thought they could, because we didn't have gravity, that they weren't going to get put to sleep. No, bitch. We have many methods to spam sleep. Like, we are better than you. Like, honestly, this is just fate that I ran into this person. The one person I run into on BDSP is this person with Smeargle and Breloom. Like, I wouldn't ask for it in any other way. We're gonna go for Seed Flare into the Heatran, and then we get an 80% chance to lower its special defense by -2. Which sucks for them, but Shaman's that broken. Shaman is just super frustrating to deal with, and I'm pretty sure Shaman Skyform is Ubers. Is it? I don't know. I feel like it would be double Ubers. If it was in Gen 8, it'd probably be in double Ubers. But maybe not, I don't know. So Bad Dreams is going to torment Smeargle, and this Darkrai, I'm like, wow, this Heatran, I don't have Earth Power because BDSP movesets suck. So I decided to go for Sweet Scent again, because I'm like, I could go for Dark Pulse and hit him on -2 Spadef, or even go for a second Seaflare Spadef drop or an Air Slash Flinch, but instead, I want to click Sweet Scent again and go for Dark Void again. So I go for Dark Void again, and we hit the Heatran. I just wanted an excuse to keep clicking Sweet Scent. To be honest, it's such a funny move in competitive because it's so useless usually. Fufutu's recent video, he recommended that Honey Gather, I think, is for Bombi's signature ability, and I think Combi as well. If they would buff Honey Gather to apply Sweet Scent on Switchin, that'd be super cool, and I agree with that. If there was an ability that did that, it'd actually be kind of useful, but having to use Sweet Scent and competitive is like, wow. It's normally such a waste, but because Dark Void is such a broken move, it actually works out pretty well. Now we're going to switch out a Shaman Skyform and then bring in our Hypno, because I just want to use this shiny Hypno. Like, this is my shiny Hypno, and wait, it's actually not my Let's Go Pikachu one because it's in a Love Bolt. I lied to you. Okay, I lied. It was, but then I changed it. I changed it with PK Hex. Because I wanted the Love Ball to match it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm evil. It's not a real shiny Hypno, but I did. The story is true that I do have a shiny Hypno from Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, but this isn't the same one. It doesn't have that value. I know, I ruined the immersion. I'm sorry, but I'm an uber noob. Of course I'm gonna have a hacked Hypno. Hello, I'm an uber noob. Like, guys, come on. I'm just playing into the character. Anyway, in comes Breloom, and I'm like, okay, Breloom, you're gonna go to sleep right now. But I decided to protect because I don't want to get hit by a Mach Punch, basically, and I'm like, wait, Hypno will put you to sleep with a Zoom Lens Hypnosis. So we're able to protect ourselves from the Mach Punch, and Heatran's gonna stay asleep, and I go for the Zoom Lens Hypnosis, but we miss because this, it's a hacked Hypno, it's a flop. So unfortunately for us, we're gonna miss, and a Mach Punch into Darkrai, and it's gonna break our sub. But, I actually expect the Mach Punch to happen, and I just go for a second sub. They could have gone for Bullet Seed there, but I highly doubted they were going to go for Bullet Seed after they went for Mach Punch the first time. And now Heatran's going to wake up and go for a Heat Wave, and that'll break our sub and do a good chunk to Hypno, which kind of stinks, but Hypno is really, really bulky on the special defensive side. I really hope Hypno gets buffed in Scarlet and Violet, if it's included in Scarlet and Violet. Never able to hit a Zoom Lens Hypnosis. Thankfully, Hypno doesn't flop another one. But I am spamming Sleep Move, so it's to be expected I miss a couple, especially if I don't have Sweet Scent or Gravity up, so I can't complain. Now I go for Dark Void again because this Heatran actually has -2 evasion still, so I figure I take advantage of that and go for Dark Void again. I didn't forget, like, bitch, go back to sleep. So I put the Heatran back to sleep, and, Heatran's going to take their first turn to sleep. And now I go, Breloom's going to take their first turn to sleep as well. And now I go for the role play with my Hypno, because Hypno deserves Bad Dreams as an ability. So we're going to get rid of Inner Focus. My opponent could have went for Spore into the Hypno, but because Hypno has Insomnia for an ability, I'm pretty sure that's why they didn't go for Spore. Also because Hypno's not really a threat. But now we're going to get double Bad Dreams, which is a pretty funny mechanic. So it's basically like G-Max Wildfire, but you actually have to have a brain to use it. Okay, pretending Sleep Spam actually requires a brain to use is pretty funny. Okay, that's not true. That's not true. Sleep Spam does take a lot of skill to use. You gotta have really good positioning, and like you gotta take advantage of those sleep turns. Otherwise, it's not that good. Yeah. Anyway, they go for Heat Wave, and I bring in Deoxys Defense because I wanted to showcase Deoxys Defense in this video. Dream Eater fails because Breedle makes up, which sucks, and that does blow for us. But Deoxys is pretty bulky. They go for Heat Wave here. Oh, this is so funny. Okay, this is the funniest turn of the battle. So they go for Heat Wave and burn our Deoxys, right? And then they go for Spore and the Deoxys and it fails. They're probably so mad. This is honestly karma. Karma is real. Karma's real. My opponent, like, karma is real. I'm just saying karma is real because they ran into me with Sleep Spam and they got beaten at their own game. It's true, it's true. Like, if y'all didn't believe in karma, and they hear my opponent's like, bitch, I'm putting something to sleep. it's gonna be this Hypno, so I put Hypno to sleep. And I'm like, bitch, you're so mean. I just go for Dream Eater into the Zoom Rail and do nothing because Deoxys Defense has very low special attack. But it's okay, Deoxys Defense is just like here. And we're burned, so we can't get put to sleep. And now Zoom Rail wakes up and goes for Play Rough, and then it misses Deoxys Defense because Play Rough is the most inaccurate move. I think Play Rough is 90% accuracy, but that's a lie. We all know that's a lie. Play Rough is never gonna beat 90% accuracy. Play Rough is not 90% accuracy. That's a lie, because I've missed Play Rough so much. I've seen Play Rough miss like 5 times in a row in a showdown video. Bullet Seed only hits 2 times here, which sucks for the opponent, right? But I'm able to go for a recovery with my Deoxys, because, you know, Deoxys Defense has recovery, right? We don't just have Dream Eater, we're not that crazy. But yeah, they're going for Play Rough and miss again. Play Rough is the worst move in the game. I swear, it is not 90% accurate. Like, that has to be a lie. That has to be like an illusion. Like, that can't be real. I swear it's like 80 or 85, it's like, or maybe even 70. It just doesn't feel real. It just can't be 90% accuracy. So they go for Bullet Seed. I think they only hit twice again. Oh, they hit 3 times? Wait, did they hit 5? Like 3? Yeah, they only hit 3 times. Okay. And I go for Nightshade into the Azumarill, and I think, no, we don't knock it out, but we do a good chunk of damage. Bring it down to its Citrus Berry. And my opponent could have Belly Drummed, actually. That would have been really scary if they decided to Belly Drum. But, oh, they do decide to Belly Drum. I don't remember this battle too well. Okay, they decide to Belly Drum, which is really greedy. Okay, now they decide to Belly Drum. I was like, why didn't my opponent Belly Drum? I swear they did. Oh yeah, now they do. I'm sorry, this battle happened like a week ago, so I don't remember it too well. I just remember that I spammed sleep moves, and that's it. Okay, forgive me, y'all. This team isn't the most strategic big brain strat. Like, just, I'm not going to pretend that it is. So I'm going to switch out my Deoxys Defense, because I do have Healing Wish's powers on my Shaman, so I want to go for Healing Wish to restore something's HP. So they go for Aqua Jet into my Deoxys, and we're able to survive with our Shaman. And then we're gonna go for Bullet Seed, and I quad resist this, so I'm like, okay, Shaman, you can eat this up. But they go for Bullet Seed, and they hit twice, and they get a crit, and they hit another time, and then Shaman's unable to go for Healing Wish's powers, which is a tragedy. Shaman does not get to show us the power of Healing Wish's power. So I'm not actually on the level of an Uber Noob because I did not get to showcase Healing Wish's powers. But now we're able to wake up and go for Azumon's Hypnosis into the Azumarill. And what's really funny, because the opponent decided to Belly Drum, now the Bad Dreams is able to finish off the +6 Azumarill, and it's gonna go down. So that's pretty funny. Down goes the Azumarill. Hypno kind of like carried us there. And now in comes Darkrai, and they're gonna go for Mach Punch. I just let them finish off the Darkrai. I understand their frustration. I let them kill the Darkrai in both games. And now I'm gonna go for the Zoom Lens Hypnosis. We're able to connect into the Breloom, which is great. And I still have Deoxys Defense, so even if I missed this, I'm pretty sure I would have been fine. With 2 very defensive Psychic types, one being a Burn Deoxys that can't get put to sleep, I think it would have been okay. But now I'm going to bring in Deoxys Defense, and I could finish it off with Dream Eater. Wow, 3 minutes. Hopefully they fix the timer in Scarlet and Violet. I go for Calm Mind here because I was like a Calm Mind defensive Nightshade Deoxys Defense, but I didn't get to showcase it too much. Not that it's like the most exciting set anyway. I just wanted to use like Dream Eater with Calm Mind. I don't know. I'm going to go for Dream Eater here and finish off the Breloom because Hypno deserves the final KO. After Breloom put it to sleep, you know, Hypno deserved the revenge kill. So we're able to knock out the Breloom with Dream Eater and defeat my opponent again with the sleep spam strategy. So hopefully you all enjoyed this video. It's not the most competitive video, but I figured it'd be fun to mess around with mythicals in a doubles format. And the only way to use Gen 4 Mythicals right now is in BDSP or in Gen 7, but I'm not going to play Gen 7. Stop asking. But hopefully you all enjoyed that video. Thanks for watching till the end of the video. I love you all very, very much. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Double check if you're subscribed, and I'll check you all next time.